Time to re-up. All these keys in this Prius. Now this
What up? What up? What up, man? What's good? What's good? Oh shit. What up, man? What up? What's good? What's good? What's good, people? What's good? Today's a pretty interesting day in battle rap. Today is actually a crazy day in battle rap, man. We got Chris Unbiased on the return. I hope everybody caught. I hope that everybody watched the blog. Whether people believe, you know what I'm saying, what they want to today. To be completely honest, I'm not somebody who thought that Chris Unbiased was either guilty in the situation. I didn't have any. So I never had anything to say about Chris Unbiased, you know what I'm saying? And that's fortunate for me. I'm glad I didn't incriminate somebody, you know what I'm saying, or do things like that, you know what I'm saying, to anybody, whoever it may be, you know what I'm saying? Apparently there was a situation though, you know what I'm saying, while Chris Unbiased was locked up, and he explains this very thoroughly in his blog. There was a lot of situations waiting Chris Unbiased. There were a lot of people who had no idea what the situation was, what happened with the situation, had no details. They criminal, pedophile, or some crazy stuff like that, man. Some crazy, horrendous, and I want to say horrendous. The act of doing something like that and being accused of doing something like that is both horrendous, right? That Chris Unbiased dropped today literally takes us through step by step exactly what it was that occurred in that situation. So first and foremost, right, somehow, some way, somehow, the situation involved the terminology pedophile or pedophilia with any minors or anything like that. First and foremost, like the case had nothing to do. So for starters, right, there's people that were pretty much, how do you say, like smearing the man's name for someone. Nobody knows for what reason or for what it was. Nobody knows. I don't know what the reasons were, but false information was put out there initially. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, the situation to do with any minors or anything like that. It in fact had to do with a female that he contacted on Backpage. I think that's what it was called, Backpage, that website. I think that got taken down by the government or whatever the case is, because it's like prostitution, chicks are prostituting themselves on that shit. So see what I'm saying, to dance or to strip for like a party, because he was a party person, you know what I'm saying, he was host parties and shit like that. And it had to do with that individual. Absolutely at no point ever did anything have to do with like any minor. Why I'm so glad that Chris Unbiased act for a lot of people. I was one of those people that when I was coming into this blogging game, and I would hear things who committed this type of crime. You know what I'm saying? When in fact, it had nothing to do with anything like that. This entire time. Chris Unbiased literally explains every single thing that he was. It sounds like your typical situation, right? That went a little sour. And the female decided to touch, right? It was a very interesting story that he told. It was very, very interesting. But to sum it up for everybody, to sum it up for you guys, he organized a stripper to come out and dance for a party. The party went down. You know what I'm saying? The party went down. He hooked up with her before the party or whatever. He said this on the thing. The party went down. After the party was done, it turns out that they went to the store together. You know what I'm saying? He still was chilling with her after the party or whatever the case was. They went to the store together, and she tried to spend some of the money that she'd during that party. They were stopped by the cashier, and the cashier told them that this was counterfeit money. Like the money that they were paying using at the store, which is what she just made at that party, was counterfeit money, right? So from that situation, Chris Unbiased apparently had no idea what was going on. He didn't know you know, the extent of that, you know, of the counterfeit issue. He wasn't sure how many people it was that ended up with counterfeit money. He wasn't, so he was unclear of the situation. He tried to pay for it himself. It turns out that luckily for them, the cashier didn't call the police or anything like that, so they left. The situation continued between him and the female because, of course, the female is very angry. I would be money. So the situation continues. He goes and drops her off, I guess, goes to her house and drops her off in the, you know what I'm saying, driveway or whatever the case is. The situation continues. I guess they have a small altercation, you know what I'm saying, where they're arguing or, you know what I'm saying. I'm sure not physically, you know what I'm saying, physically fighting, but arguing, you know what I'm saying. I would be too. I would be angry, you know what I'm saying. He's still in his car and he pulls out of the driveway as she's trying to open his door. So she ends up taking a tumble, you know what I'm saying, and getting like a scratch or something right here, which is where apparently the assault charge, it was that dramatically, you know what I'm saying, they get yanked with the car, they take a tumble and fall or whatever the case is. He found out the next morning or the following morning that her phone was still in the car, which is where that phone robbery charge came from, you know what I'm saying. So there's assault, there was robbery, and there was that the assault thing. So that's where the charges was. It came from a situation where apparently that happened, which I completely understand. Like, it makes sense why that would happen. You know, that situation would unravel that way. He completely explains all that. You know what I'm saying? He completely explains all that, right? He ends up at his house the next morning. Next thing you know, the police you know, are banging on his door. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that he was accused of doing this, that, and the third to that female, you know what I'm saying, that he got from Backpage, you know what I'm saying, and all this shit. And that's when things started to go left. You know what I'm saying? That's when things started to go left. That's when he got locked up. And that's what initiated his situation. Now, as far as going to jail, was all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Had nothing to do with any pedophile stuff. And that's horrible. That's really, really nasty stuff, man. That's really nasty. For example, he pointed out that Lush 1. I know you guys are familiar with Lush 1, right? Lush 1, that white dude that he usually introduces battles on KOTD, King of the Dot, you know what I'm saying? He always has some kind of like slick introduction line or something like that. He points out, and he actually has printed out like a 3-page letter that Lush 1 had written and posted on social media, completely incriminating Chris Unbiased, completely incriminating Chris Unbiased. Now, Lush 1 is somebody who didn't even know Chris Unbiased like that, right? This is somebody who wrote a 3-page letter making sure it was posted on social media, completely incriminating Chris Unbiased. Basically doing the job of a DA, you know what I'm saying, or an investigator for them, right? These things were very important in the situation of a Chris Unbiased, right? Because what happens is when he's in court, and what was happening was that information that was being put out on social media was being used against him, right? So the information now, so now you got people like Lush 1, you know what I'm saying, and Battle Truth, you know what I'm saying, sitting there and saying, this man is guilty, this man is guilty. How, you know, absolutely, this man is guilty. And then you got Lush 1 writing letters saying, oh, this guy's horrible, and this is a complete, and these things are being used against him in court. You know what I'm saying? Even though, again, he went into detail what the situation was and what happened. And again, this is why when it comes to a situation like, I hate to even bring this up because this situation was disgusting. That Math Hoffa and Kiki situation, when it comes to like situations like this, right? And you guys can go back. The first thing that somebody like me would say in a situation like that is, this man is innocent until proven guilty. And it's not because I don't think he's guilty. It's not because I believe he's innocent. It's just because that's just the way it is. Like, that's the way it is. Like, you can never, because again, we go back to this situation right here, bro. This man was being called a pedophile. This man was being called like a rapist. Like, yo, if you go to jail, or if you go to prison, right, and you're being called some type of pedophile, yo, if you're being called a pedophile in prison, I'm very happy that Chris Unbiased came out, man, and made this blog. I'm very happy that Chris Unbiased is well-spoken, and he's able to go into detail and into depth explaining everything. He even explained to the extent that when he was in jail, they were attempting to put even more charges on him. They were attempting to put even more charges beside the 3 that he had gone in there for. And the charges, the additional charges that they tried to put on him were eventually dropped because they were bogus charges. Fortunately for somebody like Chris Unbiased, and he makes it very clear, right? The justice system is shit, right? It's horrible. Luckily for somebody like Chris Unbiased, he mentions this and is very specific. He says, luckily he had money. Luckily he had the funds to be able to do things. Luckily he had money, because if he hadn't had money, he'd be in there for a very long time. So he goes in depth to the point where he explains how the justice system in the jail is working against not just him, but everybody in that jail, everybody in there. Maybe not everybody, obviously, but for a lot of people that are in the same type of situation. You know what I mean? Where you go in for something that is maybe necessarily not true, or maybe it is true, it's just something small, but we don't have the funds or the money or anything, or the finances or the resources to be able to fight something like that. So he goes into that. And that's why, honestly, after this blog, I've grown a big respect for Chris Unbiased, because he makes it clear that he's not here to be the #1 blogger. He's not here to be the best blogger. He actually points out, and I really did grow an appreciation for, just like ARP, just like I got a lot of respect for ARP, I did grow a big respect for Chris Unbiased after this, man. He pulls out a newspaper. After he makes it clear that he's not in a fight with Battle Truth to be the #1 blogger. Even though Battle Truth is always talking about this, he makes it clear, right, that that's not his fight. Then he pulls out a newspaper. And in the newspaper, he points out a very small article that's in the back of the newspaper, all the way in the back, small article that says prisoners are also eligible to receive stimulus checks. And he points out that this is now his fight. He points out that helping these types of people and doing this type of thing is now his fight. After being in that system and after going through that, what he went through, he points out that that's now his fight. He's not worried about being the #1 blogger, you know what I'm saying, or none of that. That's crazy. He points out the hypocrisy of a Battle Truth. The hypocrisy of a Battle Truth. Points out the fact that Battle Truth has the nerve to sit there and do and say these things and incriminate him and accuse him and do all these things when Battle Truth himself has been in the prison system, so he should know how it is and should be familiar with how things work. And then after all that, come to find out, he's not even convicted of anything. None of these charges even stuck, because he was able to prove that that was not the case. I don't know about people, I don't know about y'all, but for me, that really changes my perspective on a lot of things, right? So for example, Battle Truth. Like, I had a lot of respect for Battle Truth, right? But seeing all that stuff that he was saying, you know what I'm saying, about somebody who was literally being accused of the wrong thing, it's just like you start to see things differently, man. You start to grow a different respect and a different appreciation for different people. For example, ARP, when he addressed the situation, ARP addressed the situation very respectfully, right? In a manner where it's not to incriminate or not to accuse somebody, but to make sure that he points out that a man is innocent until proven guilty. What if you and I were going through a situation like this and we know that we're innocent and we know that we didn't do what we did, and then you see people online and social media talking about, this man is guilty, we know he did this, he did it. And he's just sitting there like, yo, salute Asaru, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine that. Yo. And on top of that, On top of that, bro, oh my good, yo, on top of all that, okay, oh my goodness, bro. Yo, on top of all that, right? So on top of all that, he actually did a truth. I forgot what the name of it are. What the name of it is, but it's like a segment where he interviews, like, you know what I'm saying, somebody. He did Norbes Tells All. So he already recorded. They already created a Tells All episode with Norbes, and we all know the situation that's going on with Norbes and URL. URL trying to X Norbes out the picture. You know what I'm saying? Untold Truth. Salute. Solomon's Text. Salute. Untold Truth. He did an Untold Truth with Norbes. Yo. And I'll tell y'all right now. And this is crazy. To me, it's crazy, right? Because I've been talking about this shit. I've been talking about this stuff for like the last month or so. Specifically, since Caffeine did the merger with URL. And then specifically after the Tay-Rock versus Murder Mook battle. So if you guys go back when that Caffeine and URL merger happened, I dropped the video. Because I felt the way about that. So I dropped the video and I was like, yo, did the Jews take over, bro? Did these Jews take over? You know what I'm saying? Did these Jews, these white people with the suits and all this take over? I mean, come to find out, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, URL is trying to blackball everybody, bro. Exactly. And this is exactly, you know what I'm saying? So that has been absolutely evident and clear ever since. It's been so much more clear ever since Caffeine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen some situations prior to Caffeine where we see URLs trying to, like, you know, block battles and do this and do that. But once they hooked up with Caffeine, things seem to take like a turn for the worst almost. You know what I'm saying? Then the Tay-Rock versus Murder Mook battle happened. And that voting system that they had absolutely reassured and proved to me, is set in stone and proved to me that this is absolutely, definitely 100% a business and nothing else. Battle rap comes second or third. It's in the back burner. That Murder Mook versus Tay-Rock battle showed me that. It showed me that, okay, damn, we already knew that it was being taken over. We already knew that, you know what I'm saying, these you know what I'm saying, these people were going to come and do things to change the culture and all that. But that Murder Mook and Tay-Rock battle set things in motion. After that battle happened, for me, if you guys noticed, I started making mad videos about the dirty business of battle rap. About the dirty business of battle rap. That's what that's what specifically what I've been talking about. Because that's what everything has to do with. All the problems, all the issues, everything that you see, everything has to do with the dirty business of battle rap. Has nothing to do with no dark forces or nothing. No, it's the dark forces are those people up top that own Caffeine and that own and that keep all the profit and keep all the extra. Those are the evil forces. Those people that we don't see, that are in the background, and make sure they're in the background so that they can, you know what I'm saying, pocket and pay themselves millions of dollars while they're fucking feeding the battle rappers a couple thousand. You know what I'm saying? For those are the evil forces. Those motherfuckers. It's them. It ain't nothing else. It's them. And the fact that Norbes went on there and did what the hell is it called again? Untold Truth. An Untold Truth, bro. He literally confirms absolutely everything that the URL has been up to, bro. Like the evil like the dirty business shit that the URL's been up to. Norbes is sitting there on Untold Truths confirming it, bro. He's yo, you guys remember that fight with New Jersey Twerk and Norbes with that whole baby mama thing or whatever the case was? You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that ish? Y'all remember that? When Twerk beat up Norbes and shit, you know what I'm saying, for his baby mom, the baby mama drama shit. Well, Beasley tried to fucking blackball Norbes with that footage. Did y'all know that? I mean, I knew things like that happened, but yo, Damn, for real, son? Like, some of these people are ruthless. Some of these people are ruthless. Some of these people are ruthless. We got to remember that Beasley came into this as an A&R. Beasley met Smack coming off of A&R, being in the music business and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, that's what it's been all about, man. So I'm glad that Norbes went on there and did an Untold Truth, because I've been waiting to hear, you know what I'm saying, the specifics and what Norbes has to say about the situation. I'm glad that Chris Unbias is back, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he's talking his ish. You know what I mean? Yo, Chris Unbias, if you're watching, man, salute to you. If you're not talking about, salute. Salute. I'm glad you dropped the blog. I think somebody said something about it dropped yesterday, but then it got taken down. Like, it got taken down or something, and then he re-uploaded it. I don't know what's going on or what was going on with that, but because it was re-uploaded again this morning. I saw it again re-uploaded this morning. I didn't catch it last night. That's wild to me, son. Salute. Yeah, I'm glad he's back too, man. Because the thing is with Chris Unbiased, right? It's like, yeah, there's a lot of battle rap bloggers that you can watch, but because the video was choppy towards the end. Oh, all right. Yes, he too. Chris Unbiased has some dope content, dog. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Like, I'm very critical of people's content because I create content. But Chris Unbiased has some good content, yo. Like, as far as like, which obviously he should, because he was one of the first bloggers. So all the battle rappers, you know him and have a connection to him. You know what I'm saying? So he should be that person that has that type of, blogging and can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's connected with everybody pretty much in battle rap. So, but I really like his content because, like, for example, the interviews, the Untold Truths, he gets down to it, man. He asks questions. You know what I'm saying? He talks about the business. He asks, like, the pressing questions, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you like money questions? He be talking about all that stuff, man. That's why Chris Unbiased to me was like, he is the best blogger. You know what I'm saying? So I am glad he's back. You know what I mean? I am glad he's back, though. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here and grab some food. I just wanted to talk about that Chris Unbiased stuff real quick. I'm excited to see that Norbes, Untold. I keep forgetting the name, Untold Truth by Norbes, because I feel like that's also going to be very telling of what's going on. You know what I mean? Even though a lot of us already know what's going on. A lot of us already know what's up. A lot of us already know what's going on, man. But if you guys are not subscribed to the Battle Booth, please make sure you subscribe. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting sick and tired of asking everybody, all right? Peace!